The mysterious fire, India's lost semiconductor dream. In the year 1976, a visionary dream was conceived in the heart of India's political leadership. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi envisioned a future where India would stand tall in the global semiconductor industry, free from the shackles of dependency on the West. With her cabinet's approval, a strategic plan was set in motion, leading to the establishment of the Semiconductor Laboratory in Mohali. By the early 1980s, with an investment of several crores, India had taken its first major step towards self-reliance in the semiconductor sector. As the years passed, the facility began production in 1984, and optimism soared. However, fate had something sinister in store. On the fateful night of February 7, 1989, an unprecedented and catastrophic fire erupted in the semiconductor laboratory premises. Within hours, the entire facility was reduced to ashes, and with it, India's dream of semiconductor independence was obliterated. The economic battleground. It is no coincidence that scientists like Nambi Narayanan were falsely accused and harassed in the 1990s, effectively derailing India's indigenous space technology advancements. The same pattern of suppression is seen today, where business magnates such as Gautam Adani face relentless scrutiny, often linked to Western geopolitical interests. The battle for economic dominance is not new. The 2008 financial crisis wreaked havoc across the world, leading to economic instability. Countries in the Middle East, long accustomed to investing their petrodollars in the West, grew hesitant. The following year, in 2011, a wave of uprising stormed the Arab Spring was ignited across North Africa and the Middle East. Behind the facade of democracy and freedom, it was widely believed that covert Western operations had been set in motion to topple governments that did not align with American interests. More than 61,000 people perished in the ensuing chaos, and new regimes favorable to American interests emerged. With this, petrodollars began flowing back into Western economies. Observers today argue that a similar playbook is being used against India's economic rise, targeting companies like Adani Enterprises, which play a pivotal role in India's infrastructure and trade expansion. India's energy shift and its consequences. India's recent energy policies have further fueled tensions with global powers. In 2019, Reliance Industries signed a non-binding agreement with Saudi Aramco for a $15 billion investment, which was later scrapped. This marked a shift in India's energy strategy, as it began increasing crude oil imports from Russia. Once constituting merely 2% of India's total oil imports, Russian oil now accounts for 40%, defying American sanctions and geopolitical pressure. The Chennai-Vladivostok Maritime Corridor, a critical initiative enabling faster trade between India and Russia, is now operational. Adani Ports has invested over $1.2 billion in this project, making it a prime target for economic sabotage. Experts believe that disrupting Adani's operations is a calculated move to derail India's economic rise and prevent it from securing energy independence. The geopolitical web, a battle for control. India's ambitions extend beyond oil. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has committed to making India a carbon-neutral nation by 2070. The transition to renewable energy is a cornerstone of this vision, with Adani Green Energy leading several large-scale projects. If India achieves this, billions of dollars will be saved annually, shifting the balance of power in the global energy market. However, the Western oil cartel, backed by intelligence agencies, appears determined to prevent India's clean energy revolution. Following allegations by U.S. regulators against Adani Group, French petroleum giant Total Energies paused its investment in Adani Green projects. This move suggests an attempt to stall India's renewable energy progress, ensuring continued Western dominance over the global energy trade. Foreign influence and domestic politics. While India faces external challenges, internal political dynamics further complicate the situation. In 2023 to 2024, Saudi Arabia, the world's largest foreign investor, curiously chose not to invest a single rupee in India. However, the same Saudi Arabia actively facilitated special chartered flights for over 300 non-resident Indian voters to return and support opposition leader Rahul Gandhi in elections. These flights, organized by the Indian Union Muslim League's overseas wing, raise questions about foreign influence in India's democratic process. Furthermore, intelligence reports indicate that CIA-linked operatives have historically influenced political transitions in South Asia. A striking example is the recent political upheaval in Bangladesh. In March 2022, U.S. diplomat Peter Haas assumed office as the American ambassador to Bangladesh after a classified briefing with the CIA. Within a year, violent protests erupted, leading to the ousting of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The new administration, led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, wasted no time in aligning with American interests, granting contracts to U.S. energy firms while sidelining Indian investors. The Soros connection, global media warfare. The assault on India's economic rise is not confined to trade and energy. George Soros, through organizations such as OCCR, Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, funds global media outlets to tarnish the image of Indian conglomerates. Reports published by the Financial Times, The Guardian, and Indian platforms like The Wire and News Laundry have been accused of running narratives that serve foreign interests under the guise of investigative journalism. In 2021, similar allegations were leveled against Indian state governments, including non-BJP administrations in Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh, accusing them of corruption in business dealings with Adani. The irony is that many of the opposition leaders who once defended these projects are now attacking them in 2024, aligning with Western narratives. A question for the nation. The pattern is clear. India's strides toward self-reliance are systematically countered by external and internal forces. From sabotaging semiconductor independence in the 1980s to discrediting Indian businesses in the 2020s, the methods have evolved, but the objective remains the same: keeping India dependent on foreign powers. At this crucial juncture, the nation must ask itself who truly stands for India's progress and who benefits from its suppression. If history has taught us anything, it is that India's rise has always been met with resistance. But the time has come to break free from this cycle and forge an independent path forward.